I'm Princess India, and these are whatever animal ears these are. And I'm here with your September mid-month special announcement. You are not grieving the loss of them. You are grieving the loss of who you wish they were. This has been a public service announcement. And the intro's coming right now.
Why love superficially when we can go from hello to epitome, manifesting destinies.
Hello, Pisces. So I readjusted a little bit. Hopefully this will work better because like that glare in the background when everyone else was just ridiculous. So welcome to my office, Pisces. I said I was going to get these readings out if it's the last thing I do, dagnabbit son of a gun. So I got to use my meditation pillows because I'm sitting on the floor. So it's like at least the glare's better. The lighting still sucks, i.e. fluorescent lighting. But anywho, welcome to your September mid-month reading. We're going to jump in these cards. So vain. Jump in these cards and see what's going on with you guys for the end of September going into October. And I'm doing the spirit a little bit different. We're going to look at things from where you are presently, from your mental space, where you are like physically, like your surroundings, your environment, or how people are seeing you. And then we're going forward into like your spiritual dynamic or possibly an activating power, however it is that it comes out. And then we're going to go into things that are blocking you and how to overcome them going forward into October, which is Princess's favorite month in the whole wide world. So hopefully you guys do not have what's going on with everybody else. But it would seem, let me see, we've done Aquarius, we've done Aquarius, Scorpio, and Libra. So you guys are like the fourth highest views. And I actually think I quoted that wrong because Aquarius had like 18,000 views and Scorpio had like 14,000. But you guys are still in top rank nonetheless. But I'm just checking in with you guys to see what energies are going on. But everybody else so far has been doing this whole spiritual lesson thing, like more or less testing what you know as you go into a new energy cycle. So we'll see what's cracking for Pisces. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for my Piscean people. Let us know what's going on with them in this end of September. Jono. Clear and direct guidance, please, Spirit. Please let us know what is on Pisces' mind, what's going on in their life, what's going on with them spiritually, what are their challenges, and how can we help my Piscean peeps overcome it? Or how can we help them confirm what they already know, like I do every month? What is it that Pisces needs to be reminded of, Spirit? Oh, well, that kind of jumped out. Somebody needs to let go. Let go and let God. Got all your heart chakra and your crown chakra blocked. What's going on with that? I think I'm gonna have enough room. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, good Lord. Please don't let these cards fall. Okay, so, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Okay, so first card that we have you guys in your mental space is the Emperor. So y'all ain't taking no myths, okay? Y'all are dictating what's going on in this piece, standing in your power, you know? Or you could be thinking about an Aries. Whoa, another major arcana. In your physical environment, we have the Chariot. So there could be like a little bit of, I don't want to say stagnancy, but you guys are kind of pausing, but for good reason, because you're making sure that you're clear on what it is that you're about to move forward on. So I would more or less take this as like you guys taking a breather to weigh your options using that, you know, Emperor mental power, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that you're making a strategic and clear action that's very much in alignment with where you are in your life right now. And then going forward, we have the Three of Swords. This has come up before. So in you guys' spiritual space, I sense it as being a little unfulfilled. You know what I mean? So it's more or less like I feel like things are working out for you in other facets of your life. You know what I mean? So you guys may have gotten to where you want to be in like a physical sense, right? Or even in a mental space to where you've gotten like a level of stability. But I feel like the thing that's lacking is you guys are still kind of feeling like either you're missing someone that you love or you're just desiring someone to love in the first place. So it's kind of like getting your life on track and feeling like you're back in control and being wise with how you're making your decisions, but still kind of feeling like something is missing. But the thing that I do want to throw in there is I do feel like it's a very perceptive type of thing because it's more or less how you're looking at it. So I would throw that in there in the sense of saying like, you know, as opposed to focusing on what you don't have, it's like showing gratitude for what is working and knowing that you're moving towards the ideal person that you would want to be, right? So you're making the right decisions to lead you in the right direction. And even like now with you guys not wanting to move forward until you feel like things are in alignment, and trusting and knowing that that is going to draw the right person into you, right? Next, with your challenges, we have the Two of Pentacles. So that's weighing your options. Oh my goodness. What is up with this King of Swords? This dude is showing up everywhere. We have the King of Swords and then we have the Magician. This is very, very interesting. So for some of you guys, of course, let's throw the signs out there. We got double Aries. So this could be an Aries person. It could be a Cancer person in here. And then it could be an air sign person, which is your Libra, your Gemini, or your Aquarius. Pray to God that this is not a Libra because Libra kind of has some things going on, but it was doing a little juggly. And I'm looking at the fact that this Two of Pentacles is next to this King of Swords. So let's hope that you guys aren't dealing with a Libra that is leaving you brokenhearted. I apologize for that. But anyhow, what your challenges are is for you to weigh your options, which it is. I see that you're doing, because it's like looking at this Two of Pentacles and looking at this King of Swords, and then seeing that in your mental space and even like in your action space, it's like you're doing what these two cards are doing. Because let me show them to you. You know, so it's like with the Emperor, it's you like being more strategic about the decisions that you're making. So it's like you're not just gonna hop on, you know, the first, I don't even know how that colloquialism goes. Hop on the first train smoking. I don't know if that's really a thing. I might have just made that up. But anyway, it's like weighing your options and making decisive action. But your challenge going into October is going to be actually executing this. So actually making a decision. And if it's not in the space of you guys making a decision, it's you guys finding balance with all facets of your life. Because there's two ways that you can look at this. You can look at it of like, I'm weighing my options to pick one or the other. Or this could be like, I'm, you know, work-life balance. You can look at it that way too. So it's more or less like being clear and decisive with the King of Swords of if, you know, again, with the Chariot, I'm being so illustrated this month. But it's like with the Chariot, it's like having these two options like you do with the Two of Pentacles, but it's like not charging ahead. It's like taking your time to make sure these are balanced before you move forward, and using your ability to delegate with the Emperor to do that, right? And then me seeing the King of Swords in the center, it's like this is more or less giving me a recipe for manifestation, so to speak. So it's like with you balancing, you know, your emotional desires, like your heartfelt desires, you balancing that with guidance from spirit, right? Aligning that with your truth, right? And then stepping back into physical body and thinking about logic, thinking about, you know, strategy, order, and things of the sort, and combining all of those, which are all four elements, right? And you being able to manifest what it is that you desire. So with this being under this Three of Swords, if it is a broken heart from a past person, or just the simple fact that you're feeling a tad bit lonely right now, It's knowing that you are going in the right direction and you are making decisions properly in order to manifest whatever it is that you feel like is lacking in your life. So your biggest challenge is going to be being aware of that. So it's being able to balance all of these elements, so to speak. So being able to balance your thought with your communication, with your decisive action, aligning that with what you feel spirit is leading you to do, also matching that with your heart's desires, right? And then you taking action into the physical world and making sure all of these things stay balanced. So that's why I say like a recipe, because if you think of a magician, you know, maybe more on the lines of a witch and spells, right? And you think of like a recipe, it's like, you know, you only want 2 eye of newt, not 3, because then that's gonna throw the whole spell off. You know what I'm saying? And then home dude got all this stuff like these 2, like how he has like the little infinity symbol, he has the little infinity symbol. So it's like, to me, all of this is saying to me balance, right? And I already see that you guys are going in the right direction of that. It's just that, and I'm more or less, and I'm feeling this a lot with these spirit cards. It's like an energetic connection, because I kind of felt that with Libra too, like it being like a energetic cord. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is more or less coming in the way of like a test almost. So it's almost testing everything that you've learned that you're practically applying, but now it's like that stumbling block to see if you're going to stick with what it is that you know. Because as I see how you guys are going forward now, it's like you guys are going in the right direction, but the challenge is staying on that right direction and not, you know, feeling this feeling and, you know, kind of backstepping, you know what I mean? Or even, because I think I said that with someone else, with the 3 of Swords being in the realm of like jealousy, like I think that was Aquarius, where it's like with them feeling like they weren't being recognized for the hard work that they were doing. So it's like, if it's in the case where you feel like people are passing you up, or people are, you know, you're doing the right thing, you're standing in your truth, and you feel like things still aren't happening, that's where my wonderful is not is paradigm comes in. And it's like, in order for, and it's pretty much like the Hermetic principle of opposites, so to speak, sort of, not really, I mean in basis, but anyway, this is more practical application. But it's like, whenever you call something into your life, or you make the decision to change and take a different direction than you have in the past. So like, say, let's declare, I want love in my life, right? This is a really terrible example, but it's like, what is not has to come into that space first, so that there's a void to fill. So that's like, okay, you feeling loneliness. So it's like, I want a partner. So it's like, my loneliness is going to be like on fleek, right? So it's like, I'm really going to feel lonely. I'm going to go home and be like, damn it, I'm lonely, right? So that is not needs to be there, so that the is has a space to step into, right? So that's kind of like how I'm seeing that 3 of Swords. Not that you're walking into something that's going to break your heart. So your action moving forward, we have the Page of Cups. And then we have Temperance. More balance. And then next we have the Hermit. So to me, your action going forward is in the event that, say hypothetically, worst case scenario, you have somebody who comes up who gives you a little half-ass offer that ain't really about too much. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you guys are still kind of, you know, thinking about someone, like say hypothetically, if there's a past person that comes back that don't know what the heck they want, right? So, yes, Lord Jesus. So say hypothetically you have this ex. Say this ex is this Libra, right? And they're juggling 2 people, and say that you find out that they're juggling 2 people, or they were with one person, left that person, and now they're coming to you with an offer, and they're like saying, hey, you know, let's try to work stuff out. It's more or less you again being reminded of everything that Spirit showed you about you and staying true to this path, more or less. Because it's like, I feel like you guys, a lot of Pisces have been going through this whole dark night of the soul experience. So it's been like a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of second guessing things, a lot of battling family members, a lot of other people challenging your truth. So it's like the last couple of months, Pisces has been going through a lot of like emotional battles, right? But I feel like you guys have stepped into this energy to where you're not, because I mean, these are all power symbols. Like looking at the Emperor, looking at the Chariot, the King of Swords, and the Magician, and that's in the event that this King of of Swords person isn't an air sign person. It's like you guys taking on all of these energies. It's like these are energies of like power and forward movement. So it's like I literally see this as you guys coming in alignment. Sorry, I'd be hearing things in here. But anyway, it's like you guys finally coming into alignment with how it is that everyone else sees you. So it's like you seeing yourself now as a superpower that everyone else sees you as, and you like looking in the mirror, seeing that, believing that, harnessing it, and now channeling it into the physical world, right? But there's always going to be things that are going to come along to see, like I said, with the is not is paradigm, things that are more or less going to test you to see if you're really legit going to stay true to this path. So the thing that I feel like this is more or less a message of is whenever you feel like you get off track, or if you're thinking too much about a past love, or thinking about things that you left behind, or feeling like people are passing you up, or ever feeling like things are not moving forward quick enough, or even if you being in this chariot position is second guessing if you're in the right place or you've made the right decision, right? It's you remembering this path that you're on. It's the fact that you stepped into the hermit energy, right? And you're going through this spiritual transformation phase so that you can come into balance spiritually, so that can manifest into the physical realm. So it's, of course, remembering that you are your own magician, and whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life can manifest, but you possess that power and authority in order to call that in. So not to allow situations, circumstances, or people to make you question that. So it's more or less, if you guys find yourselves doubting this month, because you guys got a heck of a lot of spiritual energies here with all these major arcanas, because that's what, 5 major arcanas, which is a number of spiritual change. But it's like it always ends up happening where you are tested in a sense, but it's not a test that you can fail. It's just that if you feel weak or start to second guess yourself, just remember where you came from, why you went on this path in the first place, and where it is that you're trying to ultimately go, right? So this is my new deck that I love so much. It's so awesome. And we're going to pick one card for you guys. So Spirit, please let me get one card for Oracle advice for Pisces for the end of September going into October, of what it is that my Piscean peeps need to know, Spirit. Whoa, we not taking all them cards, babe. We not doing all that. It's too many cards. We'd be here all day. One card, Spirit. Can I get one card for Pisces for how it is that they, or any advice that they need to know? All right, y'all get 2, dagnabbit. Those stuck straight out the deck. It's just so weird doing this like this. And let me get one chakra oracle deck. And this is the oracle deck that I told everybody to get. We should have like, oh wait, chakra oracle deck parties. All right, Spirit, let me get one card for, okay, there we go. Interesting. I guess I'll do my story time last. So the 2 cards that you guys have, you know what's so funny? Dance. This is an action that you guys need to take, and it's do something to shift your vibration. Dagnabbit, son of a gun. So if you guys just getting into meditative mode ain't enough, dance. And the funny thing is, when I was in my car just now and I was listening to Radiohead, what was I listening to? I was listening to Radiohead, Identikit, and I was listening to 15 Steps by Radiohead, because I freaking love Radiohead. It's me and my dad's favorite band in America, even though I don't think Radiohead is from America. I don't know, whatever. Anywho, but anyway, so I was listening to that and I was just like, man, I was like, I'm really feeling this song, especially Identikit. Oh my goodness, like it just does something to your soul. And I was just like in there like, oh, shoulder, right? And I was like thinking, man, I feel almost like as I was moving, I was like, I feel like I'm breaking free or something's like releasing. And I was like, I feel like I should tell that to somebody. I hope somebody gets the dance card. And y'all did. Next card you guys have is Pillar of Light. Aren't these cards freaking gorgeous? Jeez. Your vibration is raising. You are the oracle. What do I always say, dagnabbit son of a gun? Yes, your vibration is raising. Don't let anything low vibrational take you guys off track, because I just feel like this is a temporary backstep. It's something that's trying to, well, I'm not going to say trying as if it's like attacking you, because everything's always working in your favor anyway. But I just feel like this is like, you know, a little something that's going to come in and try to segue you. But that's why you're watching this reading. And the Chakra Oracle card that you guys have is Grief. Now it's story time, because I like to read the little stories with these. But the thing with this is, this makes me think about that Four of Pentacles that came out when I was shuffling, and I was talking about your crown chakra and your heart chakra being closed. The whole thing is, and there's a little channel in here, is like, okay, you know, sometimes like when things work out for us or we're doing really, really good, and this is reminding me of my Pisces friend who said this. I'm not going to call her out, but she's going to know who she is when she watches this. But she got a Reiki treatment, completely cleared her chakras, got back into alignment, and got kind of thrown off because it's like somebody came to her with like negative vibes, right? And like completely threw her off balance. And she's like, she compared it to like an oil change. And she's like, I'm supposed to come back after like 50,000 miles. And she's like, nah, I feel like I got to go back. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like when you get these good vibes or you have this optimism, it's like you don't want anybody to come to like jack that up, right? Because you're like, you know, for the first time in like 6 months, I'm not freaking depressed. I don't know why I'm not depressed anymore, but I just need to hold on to these positive vibes because I don't want to go back to the depression, right? So it's kind of like somebody coming in and throwing stuff off or fearing that happening. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's like holding on to it for dear life. And you know, we're supposed to live our lives in constant flow and balance. So this is like that ebb and flow of life, right? Or that trust of the fool, of knowing that things are always going to work out in our favor. And that's why we're able to release and not resist, because the downside of holding on to things tightly is we end up closing ourselves off in protection to prevent other people from hurting us. And then we knock out spirit, we knock out our heart, we're not connected to others, and then we're isolated. So we're like, oh, good Lord. Hermit reverse. You know what I mean? So it's like an unnecessary isolation. So the thing is here is to trust and flow and know that nobody can take you off of the path that you're on unless you allow it. And now we go into the grief card. So we may need to do a little heart chakra work, you know what I'm saying? So anywho, with grief, it says Pickle. That's the dog. His name is Pickle. Pickle represents the strength of character inherent in true love. This card heralds a deep caring and an ability to heal and love again. However deep the pain or hard the challenges you face, troubled times denote smooth sailing ahead. So that's this little thing. So whether this is like, you know, if that's like past or like recent past kind of heartbreak you have going on, knowing that you have to honor yourself and give yourself time to heal, to grieve whatever it is that has passed. You know what I mean? So it's not a weakness thing. It's not, you know, feeling like you need to hurry up and move on. It's like you want to honor whatever it is that's wounding you guys, but not allow that to hold you back from your forward progress. You know what I mean? So if you feel like you need some time to sit back and nurse your wounds, do so. But just keep your eyes on the prize, man. Eyes on the prize. And the prize is turning base metals into gold, proverbially speaking, you know, because alchemy is like an analogy for spiritual enlightenment, because it's like the golden aura, Christ consciousness, and all that good stuff. But you probably knew that already. So anyway, Pisces, I was about to call you Scorpio. That has been your September mid-month reading. I hope that that was helpful and whatnot or whatever. But I will see you guys in October. I hope you enjoyed chilling in my office and stuff. New scenery. So, yeah. Deuces.
Why live superficially